I gotta wait. How long I gotta wait for a press record?
Go.
Welcome to the share, where Miss Dream always has a story.
I'm Dream, a black woman with many beautiful interconnecting identities. A few I will name at this moment as we get started on this podcast journey together. A Bostonian, born and raised in the inner city, Dorchester and Roxbury neighborhoods, to a teenage single mother who has my whole heart. An educator, I've been working with youth and children since my teenage years, and formally, I have been teaching almost a decade now. That's wild to think about. An entrepreneur, I am the founder of The Chair, a black and brown centered tech platform dedicated to supporting people on their hair journey, where you can design hair boards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a more joyous experience. I have a workable site, my prototype. It took me 2 years to build, and now I'm on this adventure that you're currently on with me. My goal for this podcast is to share stories, black stories, educator stories, entrepreneurship stories, and hair stories. I want you to leave each episode with the opportunity to gain new insight, just a glimpse into my world or the worlds that are featured on my podcasts, a little chuckle during your day or night, possibly a little anger to encourage you to advocate for justice, and hope to continue learning and dreaming. So come in and listen to the beautiful voices in the chair as they share their stories, starting with me.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Hello, everyone. This is Karl. Karl, can you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. You got your boy Karl McLaurin on the line here. Born and raised Brooklyn. You might have heard of it. In New York. Really grew up in Newton, Mass. And now I reside here in lovely Arlington, here in Massachusetts.
Karl is an art dealer. You've had a really cool, windy path to becoming an art dealer. Do you feel that your identity has played into how you represent and the people that you are trying to highlight in the communities that you want to hit?
Well, honestly, really going back just a second, the term fine art might be played at this point. I guess I use it because it probably makes people feel a little bit better spending decent amounts of money and putting things on your living room wall. You want to be able to say that's fine art. Again, me being a marketing major, I get that. But your question with me, I guess I can kind of see through the labels. What your question was, does who I am, what was your question?
Yeah, do you think that your identities, how you see yourself, affect like the communities that you represent and the communities you want to uplift and empower?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Having both my parents be educators, I have something in my brain that, I joke about all the time that I'm trying to get out because I want to just be, that money maker. I want to stack my paper like the rest, and just be about my paper. But I can't because I've been raised to be about something that is more than that. Be about all my work with in government with Deval was about community. I was on the board of the South End Community Health Center for 20 years, board president for 3, all about getting healthcare and quality healthcare into the populations that were in the South End, largely Black and Latino. And, that's why, again, we kind of collect. There's just a part of me that has always been community oriented, and that whatever I do has to have a nod to communities that I'm a part of and try and uplift in some way. It's funny. I just had a little bit of an argument with my sister because something happened and she was like, oh, that's what they want out of this. We were talking and she said, oh, that's what they want. That's all they want out of this. And I said, no, Kim, that's not all what they want out of this. people can have different agenda items. That happens to be one. Stacking paper and making money is one of the things that I definitely want to have, and have my artists make a living, because it really is about them. But it's not the only thing. To be able to uplift and spread culture, which is the word, I haven't even used it yet in this podcast, but to spread that culture and to have generations look at art, I won't call it fine art anymore, but art, and politically be reminded of how mass incarceration is done to generations of people of color. I won't just say black folks, but mainly black folks. Very, very critical, and has been for generations. Yeah, I'm for sure part of that. It is absolutely an agenda item of mine that drives a lot of the artists that I take on. Most, if not all, are fairly politically oriented. Their art is saying something. Now, that's not to say that you can't just do art for art's sake and have really beautiful work. I have a buddy of mine, Glenn Tunstall. I'm about to have a show at a gallery in Sharon, Mass, for all of you that are in southern Massachusetts. It's on the South Shore. It's called the Broccoli Gallery. That is really fantastic. And Glenn does beautiful vistas. He's sunrises and beautiful oranges and pinks and the sea and blue and boats and just really gorgeous work. But it's not political. A sunrise is not political. And I'm glad you asked that question. This is all part of me. It's all part of my artist. This is who we are and what we're about. And that is reflected in the gallery now. It's a beautiful space that has a lot of different stuff. And I'm very glad to be able to bring in Glenn, because it doesn't all have to be political. You don't have to do art to make a point. You can just do beautiful work, quality stuff, and that's who he is. Good questions, lady. You've done this before. Hey, Tina, have you done this before? Girl, you are, listen.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Look, it's my commercial. We will be right back.
It's more than just a bad hair day. It's a journey. Finding the right hairstyle isn't easy, nor is finding the right stylist or the right products. Looking in every corner of the web gets messy, overwhelming, and exhausting. All the ads, the articles, the products, the videos, it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. And now, it isn't. The Chair. A black and brown centered platform where you can design hair boards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a new, joyful path on your hair journey. Avoid the clutter, save yourself hours, months, and even years of research and poor trial and error. Everything you need and only what you need is in one place. Hair boards made by people like you, for you. Find the right products, the right people, the right answers for you, stress-free. Join the Chair community and make every day a great hair day. When you share your pain, you allow others to help you. And when you share your success, you help others get theirs. Lean on the Chair. We got you. No stress, no strife. In the chair. The chair. The chair. All right.
Oh, and if you're interested to learn more about my experiences as a Black woman and educator in Guangzhou, China, I wrote my first ebook titled Nowhere and Everywhere, Captured Emotions of a Beautifully Broken Love Story. It is on lulu.com. Take a read and see some beautiful photography of mine. enjoy the rest of the show.
The chair.
My podcast is called The Chair. So I ask you questions related to your world, but I also ask questions about your hair journey. Do you have a memory of the first time you fell in love with your hair?
I love it. Well, I've seen photos of me. Now, I come from a West Indian and Southern. My dad and his family, my father's family, were Tuskegee Airmen. So he was raised in Tuskegee, Alabama, and Long Island, New York. But my mother's side, she's West Indians. They're from Grenada. And I guess it's a Grenadian thing where you let a baby's hair get pretty long, and the first time it gets cut is like an event. And so a lot of the baby pictures that I see of me, I'm always like, damn, Mom, how come you let me look? You had me as like, why I gotta be Angela Davis? You know, 8 years old here. You know, why I gotta, my hair was beautiful and curly and soft and all that kind of stuff, but it was long. It was like I'm falling over my ears, and so it's kind of crazy. So I guess those are my first kind of memories. Yeah, growing up, I remember. I'll tell you a funny thing, and this is a thing. My dad used to take me. There weren't too many black barbers growing up in Newton, so my father would take me to a place right in Nubian Square now, which used to be Dudley Square. And I was there the other day. It was called Talk of the Town. Now I'm really dating myself. This is when, the elevated train, the orange line was up in the air going through Dudley there. So it was literally like, Chicago or, New York, where the trains are up high, elevated. He would take me in there and we would stay all day. My sister and I would be in there, but it was such that barbershop culture. And the cats, there was everything. There were cats in there selling videos. Some cats rolled through with some stereo stuff. There were the men and women getting pedicures and manicures. But I always used to see some of the brothers getting manicures with all these rings, and they'd let me like try on some of the rings, that they'd have. And I don't know what these brothers, what they were doing, but they would have these rings, and I'd be like, oh my God, that ring's so beautiful. For like the whole day, we would walk around like the barbershop and talk to, what was their name? They were actually, they lived, I think they lived in Randolph. Bob. Wow, I forget his last name. But then it moved. Talk of the Town moved from right there in Nubian to, they were then right across from Franklin Park on the corner of Seaver and Humboldt, in that little mall-ish little area there. And you can park, there. And I used to go get my hair cut there for a while. By then I was driving. I could drive myself. My dad didn't have to take me. But those are my first memories of, my hair. They did it. They weren't even asking me, how you want it. I get it. It was short. All right. Cut it all. Cut it short. And my dad used to, right after I'd have it, he would grab my head on the way home and he would say, I wish I had a watermelon. And he grabbed the top of my head. I wish I had a watermelon. So there you go. That's my hair story. I wish I had a watermelon, grabbing the top of my damn near bald head at the time. That was it. That was it. Oh man, you got me going this morning, lady. You got me going. I'm telling secrets I never told before.
No, I truly appreciate it. I think,
Yes.
hair is so, it's such a part of my life.
Culture.
And yeah.
Yes.
And really thinking about how there's so many people have just so many versions of hair stories or hair journeys. And starting with a memory that triggers this sense of joy, it brings a smile to my face every time when I get to hear anybody talk about their hair in this way.
Oh, yes. I imagine there are other folks' stories that aren't as women can be tough on other women. And if you don't have that good hair, but yeah, mine was, I've always kept it fair. I'm going to shout out my man Bernard Hicks at New Image. I got a 12:30 today because this hair is a little longer and it's hot out. So I'm going to go get my cut, a little fade in the back. I like it square. I love hair. I love all hairstyles. In that way, it always reminds me of us. It is a beautiful reminder of our culture, and the myriad of ways it can be presented is just fantastic. It's a lovely thing. I like that. I like that you end with the hair question. I think that's fly.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Everybody can have complex hair journeys, and the fact that people are willing to share on my podcast is a joy, from women, men, non-binary folks all together.
Here, here.
Karl, thank you so much for sitting in the chair and sharing.
Come on now. Yes.
And sharing your stories. I truly, truly appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Anytime, and everybody, again, I'd be remiss if I didn't plug the Broccoli Gallery, 1 Merchant Street, Sharon. It's by appointment only. I'm not there because it's off the beaten path, but I'm sure you can go to Dream if you need my information. OakHillConsultingPartners.com. Check me out. And thank you, lady. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dream always has a story.
Thank you for listening to an episode of The Chair. I, of course, would love your continued support. Let me know what you think of this episode by doing all the things. Subscribe, comment, and come back next week, every week. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful day, or if you are like me, enjoy that moonlight and that 1 star under all your city lights. Love you. Talk to you later.
The chair.
How long I gotta wait for it to press record?
Go.
We support her. Shit.
Do your...
Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dream always has a story. Where we share stories in the chicken.